Chapter 44 Uncertainty. He appears to be slipping between the very fabric of the step-ladder, explained Heisenberg to no one that didn't already know as he investigated Hans' very particular predicament. What have you already determined? Heinrich paused to answer the very pertinent question. So far we really have nothing, other than the circumstances of the situation. Heisenberg reflected as he mentally reviewed the paperwork. So we have nothing really then, so we must work from first principles then. This is the very reason I wanted to get you here in person, Doctor. Well, in that case we must extricate the young man and establish the facts. Doctor, we have tried, but in every instance Hans simply slips through whatever we try to use, explained Heinrich. Yes, I don't doubt, but he is not slipping through Die Glocke, is he? Said Heisenberg. Neither Dr. Moorburg nor Heinrich had considered this simple observation. Whatever it was that had happened to Hans had also happened to Die Glocke. If somehow the raw energy that had been the cause of the original anomaly could be used to power a suit of some kind, Hans may yet be able to be separated from Die Glocke, and Heisenberg may well have finally understood what it was that was happening to him. Heinrich, I believe if we can produce a suit, a kind of protective environment, more like a wearable Faraday cage I suppose, that is powered by the reactor, we can stabilize Hans and finally extricate him from Die Glocke. I also believe that once separated we will quickly identify a solution. Heinrich was very impressed at Heisenberg's hypothesis. Yes, Doctor. I believe the same, which is why we have constructed this. Heinrich turned, extending an arm as a form of introduction for a device that was being wheeled toward Die Glocke. We have a basic design, but it needs your expertise to complete the design. Heisenberg reviewed the contraption. Excellent. It looks almost perfect. If we can raise it into a position such that it encompasses Hans, such that when we energize it he hopefully stabilizes and henceforth falls into the device, but with a far greater degree of corporeality. We must give it a name too. Well, let us proceed, replied Heinrich. Start up the reactor. My suggestion is Die Geisteranzug. Ghost suit. A little over an hour later the reactor was at full power, and the Die Geisteranzug was in place and connected and ready to be powered up. Hans, are you ready? Yes, Heinrich, it won't be a moment too soon, I am getting very tired. I understand, Hans, it won't be long now, replied Heinrich, turning toward the control room. Engage! With such a small device to power, the critical state was achieved in a few 100 ths of a second. The resultant almost collapsing Hans fell backward into Die Geisteranzug and remained within. To the infirmary, Schnell, ordered Heinrich. Once Hans was safely in the infirmary, Heisenberg started his investigations proper. Looking at the now stable Hans, Heisenberg wondered what he was capable of. His current thought was that this was a quantum function, his own uncertainty function. Turning to Heinrich, he simply said, My friend Schrödinger would very much like to see this.